Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to my third attempt at making this video. Because whenever I try to do it, I just find better ways to do it, and it's super complicated, and stuff just keeps breaking because Unreal Engine 5 is bugged as hell. So yeah, that's just life. So I'm getting really tired of making this video. It's like 3 hours in now. Anyway, let's make another try, and I don't care if this is a 40-minute video. I'm just gonna do this one until it's actually done. So bear with me. Hopefully it will be easier. We're gonna do the use item, the consumable items. There are so many ways to actually set this up. You can do it drive by the animations, you could hard code a bunch of stuff, you could do whatever you want to. But we already have a lot of information, I realized, about our items, so we don't need to make it too complicated. But anyway, let's just jump into it. There's some things that I have already done. Yeah, I would imagine that to break. Don't care. You don't need to care about this because this is not something that you have anyway. So we're gonna set up these use items, basically like the bandages and stuff. So to do that, inside of your player character, you are going to go to your input. You're gonna add a key for 1, 2, 3, 4, which is just right click, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you are going to make a new function called fUseItem. This is just an empty function at this point because I removed all the logic in it, and we'll make it from scratch so that you can actually follow. But there is one input called sItemDetails or items_use, which is just the item details. Then you're gonna call this function from all of the slots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or with the details of each slot. So for 2 it's quickslot 2, for 3 it's quickslot 3, and so on. So what we're gonna do now is gonna be, we're gonna break the details, and this is where I screwed up a bunch last time. We're gonna break the equipment details, we're gonna break the cosmetic details, and we are going to also break the weapon details. Okay. How do we do equip? Don't I? Where do I play my equip animation? I have no idea where I play my equip animation. I thought that was a animation montage. Why isn't it? Why did I not make this a montage? Let me pause and check. Okay, yeah, sorry. It's so we have this equip montage, which is actually a montage. So in our item details, or yeah, let's not remove it to be careful of breaking stuff. So let's go back to the function, we actually have this equip montage here, so this equip blend animation is not used actually, so we can just remove that. But for now, we're gonna server play montage, and we're gonna do the equip montage. So we should probably remove it from equip. We should probably rename it to equip/use montage or something like that, so we understand that we use it for both. So in the equipment, we are gonna rename it. Can we rename it with slash? Yeah, apparently. That means we need to compile everything again. So that makes more sense. Equip/use montage. Good. And we're gonna get weapon manager. We're gonna switch on int. So the weapon manager is keeping track of what weapon we are having equipped, right? So 0 and 1 is nothing and main hand, or primary, and 2 is secondary weapon, right? So we're gonna get the primary mesh, secondary mesh. So if we are unarmed or using our primary weapon, we're gonna set static mesh of this mesh. Yeah, because we need to replicate this. Right click, create a new variable of S item details, call it current consumable item, make it a rep notify, because we need to replicate this. Then we're gonna get all of this, we're gonna delete it, we're gonna go back, and we're gonna make it a replicated function instead. Call it custom event server use item. There we go. And then we're gonna pass through the item details like this. And we are just gonna set current consumable item. Like this. And we're gonna make this run on server. Then we're gonna grab all this and we're gonna put it inside here instead. Inside of the consumable items, and we're gonna grab the current consumable item and we're gonna drag from there. Okay, there we go. this can be, doesn't need to be server. Let's keep it like that for now. So now this is replicated. And we are gonna set it to the mesh of the item mesh. And we are going to set component, no, attach component, attach component to component. Both will be the same. It's going to be the equip socket name. It's going to be snap to target. Parent is going to be the mesh. And there we go. Okay, yeah. We need to do this twice. Parent's gonna be mesh, and it's gonna be primary mesh, and it's gonna be secondary mesh. This is getting pretty complicated. Maybe we should just do a function for all of the items, because this feels like it will be messy. And we could hard code some stuff here. That's actually almost easier. Because this feels like it's gonna be weird. I mean, this works, but it's gonna be messy. Because we always need to keep track of this, and I mean, we might as well hard code stuff like this. It's items, it's not that bad. I mean, it's gonna be nicer if we just do a function for everything, right? Because this just gets messy. And there's so many. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's complicated stuff. There are so many ways to do this. I'm gonna delete this function, use item. No, actually, no. Okay. This is how we're gonna do. Because we want to replicate this, right? So I mean, there's plenty. I want to do it properly, but it's a tutorial. This is like almost use items deserves like its own tutorial series. Should have made an inventory series only, because it's like I could easily make 40 videos on using on inventory only. I mean, I don't like that setup that we went for there. I'm sorry, I just don't. So sorry if I just made you do a bunch of work that didn't really give you anything. We're gonna keep using this item. I'm just gonna make a bandage. I'm just gonna make us use the bandage, and that's gonna be it, okay? I don't care. Fuck it. Exactly. We have this. It's gonna be bandage. It's gonna be yeah. I'm gonna do a bandage now. Okay. So in the item details, I'm just gonna add consumable type. And I'm just gonna hard code the function because that's gonna be easier. So item details, consumable type. And we need to compile anything again. So we're gonna break. So when we use the item, we're gonna break. We're gonna switch. We know it's all. We don't need to check this because we know it's always gonna be a consumable item because we can only assign consumable items to the quick slot. So there we go. And here's the thing, since it's a consumable item, we don't actually need to do a rep notify because it's not a permanent state. So I'm just gonna do a custom event called server or no, client use bandage. So when we use the bandage, we're gonna server play montage. Right. So it's gonna be and I have a bandage animation. So just get your bandage animation. Right. This is gonna be run on in client. But we're gonna make another event called, we're gonna make a custom event, server set static mesh. We're gonna make another custom called MC set static mesh, and we can use multicast here because it's not a permanent function. It's just for now, or it's just for using the item. So run on server, multicasts, that's fine. Server set use item mesh, MC set from the server one, we're gonna MC set use item mesh. So we're gonna get the primary mesh and secondary mesh, and we're gonna set mesh to none on both of them. Set static mesh to none. Or actually, we don't even need to set static mesh. We can just set visibility. That's actually easier, because the mesh can be the same. So no visibility, and we're gonna create another add we're gonna add a static mesh, call it SM consumable mesh. We're gonna exactly. We're gonna get the consumable mesh. We're gonna set static mesh. This is gonna be passed through, and we're gonna attach components to component. And the parent is gonna be mesh. We're gonna pass through the socket name. We're gonna snap the target, snap the target, snap the target. And we're gonna pass through the socket name. So when we play the animation, we're gonna server set use item mesh. So what this does is it hides the weapon we're using, and we set a new mesh for the consumable mesh while we play the animation, right? So this is the use bandage. And then I mean, you could do like different levels of healing, or you could do whatever, but we're just gonna from here, client use bandage. And then you would just make another function for all of for whatever item you're doing in your game. So I'm just showing you how to set it up, but you can make whatever you want to. Client use bandage. We are gonna server set, I mean, depending on the animation, we could do, you could do a notifier here to make it look nicer. I'm gonna do that. So health, 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 right? So notifiers, add notify, new notify. Player bandage. So there. 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 No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. And in our event graph, we're gonna do use bandage. No. Event anim notify player bandage. So whenever that notifies gets done, so it's not like just one pop healing effect, but whatever we do that, we get a small portion of health. So we get our player reference. We already got the server add server set health. We can add maybe 5, so it's 15 for the entire thing. Is that too little? 10. So we also need to reset it after the everything is finished. So we are gonna go to custom event. Okay, but this is getting actually fairly good. Okay. So when we are done, we just need to set it. So this is gonna create an issue. I mean, we want it so that we can only do it if we don't take, like if we get hit, we're gonna be interrupted, right? So maybe we should actually use a no, this is fine. Let's see if we have some bandage. I have this, but I got a new one. This is better, right? We can use this. And we wanna, in our skeleton, we wanna, on our hand right, we're gonna add a socket. It's gonna be equip underscore bandage. And this was called SM gauze bandage. Where's the animation? There. I mean, I said it before. Why don't they color code like the images at least, so it's easier to just, you could instantly see where you should go then. Why is everything so gray? Equip bandage, add a preview asset, SM gauze bandage. I'm just gonna put it here. I mean, I should have removed. Gauze bandage. There we go. We're gonna copy this equip bandage, and that's gonna be the equip socket. Let's just see what we got so far. We got exactly nothing so far. So let's see. Event graph. Inputs. So use item. Yeah. So we need to, in our bandage, we need to set the consumable type to bandage. Let's see what we got now. There we go. Looks all right. And also if we have like a weapon equipped. Oh, sorry. Why didn't that work now? Okay, I probably destroyed something in all my other videos that I tried to remake. I know, because it's hidden. Yeah, of course, yeah. So we hid it with the bandage. So anyway, so here we go. I use bandage. Done, and we should get the pistol back. Right. And also the reason I can still run is make sure it's run in the slot name in the upper body slot where we do the equip animation. So after we used our bandage, we need to stop using item, we are gonna set the visibility back. This one is easier. Just set the visibility back, and we're just gonna hide the we're just gonna set the static mesh of the consumable one to nothing. And for this one, okay, run on server, multicast. I mean, we can probably clean this up a bit later. It's already a long video. And I have this use item state. I'm not sure if I made it in this video or before, but right click, blueprints, blueprint class, anim notify state, call it player use item state. In here, we're gonna do nothing on the beginning. We're only after the end here. So on the mesh comp, get owner, cast to master player character. We are gonna call stop use server, stop using item. The reason we want to use a state here, I mean, you do you, but I want to use a state because if I get hit during the animation should stop. So we're gonna add the state. Player use item state. So whenever I get hit, if I get hit during the animation, it's gonna stop the animation and everything is gonna go back to normal because it's ending the state. And if the animation finishes, it's also gonna go back to normal. So let's see if that works. Gonna grab a gun. We have our gun. And let's just take damage also so we can see if we're actually healed. Go. You can see we get healed. We got super healed though. It should only be 30, but we got healed a bunch there. We should also remove the item. So something is replicating twice, right? Yeah, you can actually see it replicating twice. So we got 60 health there. Yeah, math goes. So we get health twice when that happens. Let's also see. You can see that it got interrupted there. So that part is working. So that's nice. Okay. So why is it replicating twice? Okay, yeah, I know why. So, the thing is, since the animation is replicated, we don't need to do server set health. We can actually do, I think we can do like this. So it's only gonna be called if we have authority, but this one is replicated, so it's gonna fire twice, so it's gonna replicate, because what happened was it fired twice. I guess you could also do a do once node. Let's see if that works. That should mean it only gets called on the server. So, yep, that works. Okay. So the issue with this was that when we do animation notifiers, where is it? There. When we do animation notifiers, since we're doing animation notifiers, it's only if the animation is actually replicated, then this function will replicate twice, because it's also a replicated function. But now it should work, and everything looks good, I think. Let's just check it out one more time. So that everything works. Oops. Yeah, we need to remove the item, obviously. So yeah, that's one thing that we didn't do. My flatmate is home, so he's making a bunch of noise, so I'm just gonna finish this up very quickly. We need to remove the item. So if we use the item, we need to get inventory, and we just need to remove item. And we also need to refresh inventory. And that should be it. Yeah. So that works. All right. Super complicated video. That took me 4 hours to make in total. So my plan was to make a bunch of videos today, but that's all the time I had. So one video for those hours. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Probably gonna be a bunch of questions for this video because it's super complicated and everything got fucked up. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.